What's wrong with you? Sit your ass down. Sit down. Shut up. What up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Danny, and welcome to the clown world. We are living in some clown world-ish. When I was sitting down, having a drink, and saw this came out a few days ago, where Drake is suing Universal because of the beef he had with Kendrick, and for the fact that he lost the beef. I have no respect for anyone in this world that loses a battle that comes back with some effery like this. He didn't like the way he lost the battle, so that's why he wants to sue Universal. A lot of people who are in the hip-hop scene, they're quite disgusted about what they're seeing. Like, I wasn't expecting Drake to do something dumb and stupid like this. I was just expecting him to be laying on his grave that he already dug for himself, that he's in, stay there until maybe one day we can resurrect him and we can maybe show him some love. But the guy doesn't want that. The man wants to be shown love all the time. See, sometimes when you lose, just go away. Keep talking doesn't help. Anyway, let's watch some videos about what most people think about this situation, okay?
Hey, bro, come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
So Drake's latest antics might be his most bold, but also his most insecure move of the entire year. It has been months since I last updated you guys on Drake, and back in the summer he was trying to make it seem like he was unbothered at every turn. Going bowling under the name 69 God, trying to show the world he wasn't a deadbeat father, and of course striking the duck lips pose time and time again.
But I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna come to a point in life where people you thought were friends, or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up, they might try to move from you.
I think what Drake realized after the battle with Kendrick Lamar is that the hip-hop game is not acting, mate. It's real. And real sometimes wins. And unfortunately for you, Kendrick Lamar was real. I mean, people just find you corny and shit. And then you do corny shit like this. It just, bro, mind-boggling.
They might stab you in the back, they might do a lot of things to you. Sometimes it's you alone with your thoughts, sometimes you know what they're talking about.
But now it looks like he might be, quite possibly, the most bothered man on the entire planet. For those of you that hadn't heard, Drake is now handing out lawsuits in regards to the Not Like Us diss record released against him by Kendrick Lamar earlier this year. And he's not even suing because he was being called a PDF. He's suing because he claims that the record label UMG artificially inflated the number of streams.
But I also think the reason why he is also mad is because people are also associating him right now as a PDF file. He doesn't want that. I mean, that shit sticks. That means everywhere people see you, they call you a PDF file. You need to go and download yourself somewhere else, my brother.
On this record using modern day payola and streaming bots. Frozen Moments LLC, which is exclusively owned by Drake, is now asking for a civil RICO to be levied against streaming service Spotify and recording label UMG Recordings. Drake says they conspired to knock him off the top of the mountain due to disagreements about their partnership that he and UMG have maintained for years, and that they used Kendrick and his song Not Like Us as a vehicle to essentially do just that. In the lawsuit, Drake's team points out that Spotify is the biggest music streaming platform on earth, and they immediately paint the ties between them and UMG, noting their ongoing licensing agreements that they've had in place since 2020, and also that Spotify brought UMG at least 19% of their overall revenue in 2023. Basically, he's saying that these two have a close and very important partnership. In 2024, UMG did not rely on chance or even ordinary business practices to break through the noise on Spotify and likely other music platforms. It instead launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services and airwaves with a song, Not Like Us.
Drake feels betrayed because, so just imagine there is a song that's just saying that you are not black, you are not like us, you are fake. Everybody knows that whenever they hear that song, it's you they think about, how fake you are. So when rappers used to diss each other, it was different. There was no social media back. I'm talking about way back. There was no social media. You can hear a record here and there. And then you go and do something like this. People are going to be like, this man is really not like us. He's not from this culture. When you lose a battle, you don't do this type of corny shit. Man, oh man.
In order to make that song go viral, including by using bots and pay-to-play agreements. On information and belief, UMG charged Spotify licensing rates 30% lower than its usual licensing rates for Not Like Us, in exchange for Spotify affirmatively recommending the song to users who are searching for other unrelated songs and artists. Neither UMG nor Spotify disclosed that Spotify had received compensation of any kind in exchange for recommending the song. So Drake is basically claiming that UMG approached Spotify with this offer to make more money off of a hit record than they normally would, or at least to keep a larger percentage of the pie.
Do you mind if I take a little sliver?
Go, sure.
Ah, beauty.
You want to play?
And in return, all they had to do was use their platform strategically to run the numbers up by boosting the algorithm for the song in an inorganic way. Drake also claims that UMG directly or through Interscope also conspired with and paid currently unknown parties to use quote-unquote bots to artificially inflate and spread Not Like Us and deceive consumers into believing the song was more popular than it was in reality. One individual unknown to Petitioner revealed publicly on a popular podcast that Mr. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth's label, i.e. Interscope, paid him via third parties to use bots to achieve 30 million streams on Spotify in the first days of the release of Not Like Us, with the goal of jumpstarting the song's spread and turning it into a crazy hit on the platform. The whistleblower further revealed that on May 6, 2024, an individual affiliated with Interscope sent him a payment of $2,500 via the digital payments platform Zelle, which is owned by a number of banks, and that he was promised another $2,500 and a percentage of the song's total sales for this initial push. And the popular podcast that they're talking about is actually DJ Academic's live show that he does. I talked about this apparent whistleblower in one of my last videos about Drake, and the guy didn't really seem to have a lot of merit to his claims.
So somebody reaches out to you for 30 million streams. What'd you tell them? How much money?
So I was promised payments after, but up front I was promised 5K. They sent me 2.5K, and then I was also promised after the song performed, I was also going to receive, a little percentage of the song, so points on the song. They also, the reason they did it is because
even Academics doesn't believe this shit. Even Academic, who is a Drake fanboy, doesn't believe the shit that this guy is talking about. But anyway, let's continue.
they also needed that song to win.
It's just hilarious to me that even in the lawsuit itself, they won't mention DJ Academics by name. Drake is fine using DJ Academics to push all this various propaganda on Twitter and YouTube and during his live streams. But then when it comes to giving out an interview or showing love, he's never doing it for Academics. He's always doing it for people like Aiden Ross. Recently, he went on XQC. And it's just funny that Academics is his most loyal lapdog, but he literally gets treated
Because Academic is what you call a follower. He wants to be part of Drake's circle, and Drake knows that. So that's why Drake is using him. Drake would never, I don't say he would never, but Drake just don't want him close because Drake figured out as long as I have him far away from me, I can still use him.
like a redheaded stepchild.
He's treating you like you like how when a thought's in a DM.
Stop.
Yo, I ain't trying to link her tonight. Keep it in the book.
That don't make him a fuck nigga, bro. Like that.
That does, because when he needs you, he'll send you DMs, he'll play old buddy with you, but he really don't fuck with you. How? You showing him mad love, he don't show you no love. You think Drake shows you love?
Drake showed me a lot of love.
How?
Do you hear that high pitch? Do you hear that high pitch when someone talks to you and certain level? Yeah, man. Yeah, it was me, man. When someone does that, you should never believe because they're lying. You're just lying.
What's he do to show you love?
I got exclusive info.
That's not love. What do you do with that exclusive info? You say it to the world, you gas it up 10 times more. He's using you as a free a billboard, free promo. You're the biggest media platform, man.
What that got to do with Drake?
I mean, the fact that this is mentioned in the footnotes of the filing is just hilarious. Even academics had to admit at some point that this botting narrative on Spotify was nonsense, and he verified with someone at Spotify who he trusted that the streams were all legit.
I'll be honest with you. I talked to my man from Spotify. I won't say the name right now, but legit Spotify nigga. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what that person on your stream was talking about. Them Kendrick streams is real."
Drake even takes this claim further to suggest that Apple even got in on the action. UMG appears to have used similar tactics with other streaming services on information and belief that UMG paid or approved payments to Apple Inc. to have its voice-activated digital assistant Siri purposely misdirect users to Not Like Us.
Do you know what's going to happen with all of this? So Drake is accusing the biggest record label company in the world. And they thinking, how dare this motherfucker? How dare he? We are going to show him something. We are going to make an example of this man, and we're going to teach him not to ever cross this fucking line. They're going to call their people, because these record labels, they know a lot of people. They're going to call their people. They're going to tell them, we're going to stop blackballing Drake and anyone that works with Drake. We're going to make sure that all his music that he's going to release in the future, it's not going to reach the people like normal. We're going to make his life a freaking living hell. He dug this hole. We're going to bury him in it with his people who are behind him. That's Drake's future.
Online sources reported that when you
know that saying they say, don't eat from the hands that feed you. Drake wants to eat from the hands that feed him, and he also wants to use his foot to kick them in the face. This is what's happening right now.
Asked Siri to play the album Certified Lover Boy by recording artist Aubrey Drake Graham, aka Drake. Siri instead played Not Like Us, which contains the lyric Certified P***o, an allegation against Drake. Now, I did find videos of this happening online.
Play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify. Psst, I see dead people. That's crazy.
But honestly, I would chalk this up.
How does that have to do with? How does that have to do with Kendrick Lamar? It could just be someone that did that works for Apple.
To an algorithm mistake. The term Certified Lover Boy is said in Not Like Us, and so Siri took people to that song. You can do this right now with the Drake record. Like today I told Siri to play me Lean In Soda, and it pulled up his song Virginia Beach. And here is where Drake really starts to get into the trenches of being down bad, where he starts crying that Not Like Us was being played on the radio an unfair amount of times, and he even claims that UMG was putting Twitter pages on payroll to endorse the song and the video for Not Like Us. Specifically, he lists the Canadian dudes from the NFR podcast. As part of its deal with UMG, the NFR podcast published podcast episodes and other content publicly about the song, like they literally do for almost all major music releases, including all of Drake's. And in a sea change for UMG's internal policy, UMG removed the song's copyright restrictions on YouTube and Twitch, thereby whitelisting the song for the first time in UMG history, which further incentivized influencers to spread the song. This is also another lie, because people ended up getting hit with copyright notices and takedowns left and right for the Not Like Us song and music video.
Yep,
and to me,
I did too. On my video that I did for this song, I got copyright. I know even though my channel is not that big, but they still send me that shit like, listen, anybody that listens to this shit, if this shit becomes big in the future, we're going to get that money. You ain't getting none. Thank you for your reaction. That's it.
Even if all of this is true about paying off the Twitter.
But in the beginning, when people made the video first, and if you had like, say, 20 or 200,000 viewers on that video or on your video, you basically don't get charged for it. Like, it was for free in the beginning. I think a few days later, the copyright thing kicked in. I can see maybe a valid point on that, but maybe Kendrick Lamar had a deal with them saying, listen, whatever I'm releasing, do not put copyrights on it until a few days later. You're still going to make money anyway.
Twitter pages and the podcast, it's like, okay, is a label that crazy for paying for promotion? Like, this is something that has happened since the dawn of entertainment. And then this lawsuit lists all of the accomplishments and the accolades that this song has garnered, with its sheer numbers as it smashed a ton of Drake's previously held records. And this is where things get extra.
So he just mad that for some reason, all of his songs that he had, this one song literally just destroyed them all. So that's what he's pissed off about.
Messy because Interscope gets directly involved. UMG's schemes to artificially inflate the popularity of Not Like Us were motivated, at least in part, by the desire of executives at Interscope to maximize their profits. UMG executives have an annual incentive program pursuant to which they are rewarded for meeting and surpassing sales and profit projections, among other metrics. The incentives are largely based on the specific UMG division, rather than the performance of UMG more generally. For example, the annual incentive or bonus of Interscope CEO John Janik is based 90% on the financial success of Interscope and only 10% of the financial success of UMG generally, thus on information and belief that Mr. Janik and other executives at Interscope have been incentivized to maximize the financial success of Interscope through the promotion of Not Like Us and its revitalizing impact on the artist's prior recording catalog, including his first 5 studio albums, which are owned by Interscope. Well, it's like, duh, if one of my big legacy act artists catches the hottest record of the year, of course we're gonna push it. And the thing is, it's not like Kendrick's other albums have not maintained their place on the charts. I'm pretty sure that Good Kid, Mad City has like the longest run on the charts of any rap album of all time. And the other thing is that this is something that Drake himself has likely benefited from time and time again. And Drake has apparently been seeking damages over Not Like Us and has been in contact with UMG trying to work something out. UMG allegedly refused to engage in negotiations.
Imagine this man is trying to seek damages because of one damn track. Lord have mercy on this boy.
Instead, UMG has pointed the finger at Mr. Duckworth, insisting that Drake should initiate legal action against Mr. Duckworth rather than themselves, and even threatened to bring its own legal claims against Mr. Duckworth if Drake wants to pursue claims against UMG. Mr. Duckworth, for those of you who are unaware, is Kendrick, so basically since Drake is going through with this lawsuit, UMG might be investigating Kendrick themselves, which is ultimately what I think Drake wants, is to try and kill these two birds with one stone. Streaming and licensing is a zero-sum game. Every time a song breaks through, it means that another artist does not. UMG's choice to saturate the music market with Not Like Us comes at the expense of its other artist, like Drake. As Drake is the petitioner's sole owner, which is the LLC I was talking about earlier, and the petitioner owns the copyright to Drake's entire catalog, petitioner suffered economic harm as a result of UMG's scheme. I don't know, I just think it's such a pussy move for Drake to do this, because even if he is telling
Definitely a pussy move. Drake has lost all respect he had in the hip-hop game. If Drake had any respect left when he lost the battle against Kendrick Lamar, it's all, he just opened the window and just let it all out. Because nobody in the music, everybody in the music game, trust me, everybody, a lot of people out there are chatting about this, and people are saying this is a madness. This is a people, oh my God, podcasters, everybody, YouTubers. I'm talking about it. How this white, this loser, how this loser cries about no longer being the number one. Nobody even talking to you no more. Nobody maybe wants to do a track with you anymore. How he cries about that. It's crazy, man.
The truth about everything going on in the background. These are also things that he has been the beneficiary of for decades. Does nobody remember when Spotify would ride Drake's tip and place him as the entire homepage for every single user on the platform? Was that not boosting his algorithm? I mean, they had to give refunds after that shit, it was so bad. It's just crazy that for decades they constantly promoted Drake like no other artist. He is the artist on the most viral playlist. He is shoved in our face constantly. But now that someone else is getting that same shine, it's like his ego can't take it. He's acting like the kid who goes home and cries to his mom and then they sue for assault after he gets his ass whooped, even though he was the one who was instigating the fight. He was begging Kendrick to drop, and now this fool is out here suing people because he lost. UMG responded to these claims, by the way, and they say, the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. And it's been rumored that Drake has been at war with UMG for years, and Kanye was even out here saying things like this.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucien and Universal.
Wow.
He's like, like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spins. My daddy got the DSPs. My daddy. Drake has a rich baby daddy.
Now, obviously, Kendrick recently dropped his surprise album GMX completely out of nowhere. Like, I'm talking about no promotion, no rollout, nothing. Just here you go, damn. And as a fan of Kendrick, I thought it was really good. It had some for sure hits with Squabble Up and Luther, and it was a cool 44-minute project. I really felt like this was kind of just an ode to California culture in general. But my initial thought is that Kendrick likely has more coming than this before the Super Bowl performance. The night it dropped, Drake would actually go on XQC's stream, acting extra salty, and this was his initial message to the world.
Yeah, I seen that shit. I seen this video, and I remember I was looking at it, I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? But now I know, because he was mad. He was mad that Kendrick dropped an album, and he couldn't do it.
I'm Drake. This is XQC, real streaming legend. Me, I do music, in case you didn't know. I'm here, as you can see, fully intact. Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it.
As you guys
My guy said you need facts to take me out. Trey, you need help, my nigga.
As can see, Drake cut off the braids and now appears to be balding from the stress of this battle. He would also
What happened? Yeah, what happened to his braids?
break down every time XQC accidentally played artists he has a problem with, like The Weeknd or Future.
You have to switch this on, though. We're real Sixers. We're real Sixers. They're real Sixers.
This guy is a jealous mofo. Drake is, listen, for all your Drake fans out there that love this nigga to death, this man is a sore loser. He's a sore loser, can't handle it. He's a lot of things that I don't want to see on YouTube.
Sad. We don't listen to that.
And overall, he still seems to be the same fragile guy we've always known since he was in a wheelchair on Degrassi. This is the most Karen, sore loser moment I've ever seen a rapper go through. I mean, he did all of this exact same shit to Meek Mill back in the day. Back to Back was all over the radio. It was being promoted by Spotify. It was playing at house parties and sport events. And now that the rabbit has the gun, well, Drake doesn't seem to like that very much.
What Drake doesn't understand is you can't win every battle. Maybe you won the one with Meek Mill. He lost, no problem. You went with Kendrick. You lost. You sue him. You little... You got...
And he basically wants to take his ball home after getting skunked 21 to Zippo. I mean, I have to think that Drake does have stronger evidence than this DJ Academics live stream. For him to put that 30% number out there when it comes to the licensing agreement makes me think that he has to have some pretty bona fide information at his disposal. So we'll see how this plays out. Did Not Like Us definitely damage his career and his reputation? Absolutely. Did it cause him future financial harm? Yes. But that's what happens when you get your ass beat in a battle. I mean, look at what happened to Ja Rule after 50 Cent. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think about this entire situation.
Yeah, and I don't see like Ja Rule went out and tried to sue 50 Cent. Ja Rule just stepped on the corner like, all right, cool, I'm done. It's still doing its thing, and 50 Cent is still trolling him, but it is what it is. He lost, yeah, because that's how it is. When you are on the throne, someone is going to come for it. Kendrick is not going to stay the best forever. There's going to be somebody else that's going to come out that's going to be better than Kendrick. But I bet you that Kendrick is going to deal with it in the right, correct way. That's how it is. You make plays for the next king. Drake, I don't know, man. I don't know. When I saw this, my mind was like, I can't believe this guy just did this. He just effed himself very, 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 very bad. And it's not good. This is not going to end up well for him, because if the same way he's saying that he wants to sue Kendrick Lamar, it's the same way that because I think it's about discovery. He wants to have the chance to go into Kendrick Lamar's or UMG their paperwork and whatever they're doing. He wants to see those information, those contacts, whatever. Kendrick Lamar can ask for the same shit too. My guy, you're just mad that you lost and you're doing this and everybody sees you now and everybody's like, you are a bitch. You are a bitch. It's a goddamn bitch move. If somebody advises you to do this, so even got Stephen A. Smith talking about this. Everybody's talking about this. It's a dumb move, bruv. It's a dumb move. You know, he's a shady man and shady people do shady things. And this is a shady shit. And he's done this and now he's just effed himself for a very long time. Anyway, you tell me, what do you think about this? Because I know this is not the end of the saga. So thank you very much, Drake, for giving us more material to shit on you. I appreciate it. I hope that you are having a shitty ass day. Anyway, my name is Donnie. If you like the show, press like and subscribe to the channel. Hey, have a good day. Peace.